Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another speed build, and this is actually going to be a starter home, and I'm building in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is the newest world we got in The Sims 4 that came with the Horse Ranch expansion pack, and we're actually building in the autumn today. I decided to switch my season over to fall, and I thought it would be so nice to see what that looks like in this new world. I thought it was going to be really beautiful, and it is gorgeous here. It's like super cozy vibes, and I just thought, for me personally, I was ready to do a fall build. Technically, it's not autumn until I believe the 21st or 23rd, somewhere around there in this month of September is when we will actually enter autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, but I'm ready for it now. So I thought I would create a little starter home based on that season. Let me know what you think of this and what other fall builds you would like to see in the coming months. Because I would definitely like to do more, and if you're feeling like you're ready for this season as well, I know this week I'm going through a heat wave where I'm at, so I'm very much ready for it. But anyway, if you do like this build, it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and it will also be available under the hashtag Gryphi, and that info will also be in the description down below as well. So this is a starter home. It is under 20,000 simoleons. I want to say it's 18,011. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom on a 30 by 20 lot. You can see the name in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and that will be in the description as well. But I switched the colors of this home so many times. I was really determined for a while to use these shutters on the outside of the build, but I'm pretty sure I didn't use them in the end. It just took me a really long time to figure out which windows I wanted to use and what colors, and we get there in the end. It takes quite some time, but I think it comes out so pretty and definitely feels very autumnal by the time I actually finish the outside colors. But I wanted to leave a lot of that process in so you could see how long it takes to come up with things like this. It's a really simple shape for a house, but the color scheme just took me way too long, and it wasn't feeling very fall for a very long time, but we got there in the end. I started by trying to put some yellow flowers that maybe that'll make it look like it's fall, because I was really liking the white trim on this house and I didn't want to get rid of it, but I do play around with it and figure out the correct way to make it look more autumnal, and I'm really happy with it in the end. But right now I'm just getting some terrain paint and some trees, trying to work on the landscaping. Maybe if I get fall trees around it, it'll start coming together, and I think that helped because shortly after I started placing these, I started changing the colors and stuff, and we end up getting the actual color scheme we're going to be going for, and it starts feeling like I was imagining in my head. So sometimes it just takes a while, but I will actually be painting the roof pieces here with this dark brown, and that's when it started coming together. So I'm putting that down and then getting a little bit of trim to separate that from the siding. So we have the beige and the brown, and it just looks so much nicer, and it ties in the color I have of the front door. And then I started experimenting with which of the stones I wanted to use. At first I was using the one from Cottage Living, but I switched over to this one from the Bowling Night stuff pack instead. I just really like this stone. I think it's a really pretty one, and it has some nice swatches, and so that really helped to solidify the vibe of this house. And then I also added that little wreath to the front door, which is actually from Seasons. I love the autumnal colors on the leaves, and then of course working on some more landscaping, primarily using debug, or actually I think entirely show live edit objects for the landscaping on this lot because it's free, and this was supposed to be a starter home, so under 20,000 simoleons. So if you can get free landscaping, why not? So getting a lot of low-lying bushes and a couple of taller ones as well, trying to match some of the plants I'm seeing off lot. I do that in most of my builds just to make it blend in a little bit better, and I wasn't sure how many trees I wanted to put on this lot, so I was just kind of experimenting, grabbing different ones in different shades of yellows and reds, and then I have this one really big one in the back, and I feel like that really finished it off. I also got this live edit fence that came with Horse Ranch. I think it is so pretty just because it's not perfect. The planks of wood are a little bit wavy, they've been weathered over time, and I just feel like that adds to the vibe of this area, so I quite enjoyed using those here, just kind of figuring out how I want to lay them out. I wanted them to be slightly angled, but still feeling like it helps close in the yard. They're not fully around the property or anything. I just wanted it to be the vague idea of a line of where this property ends. So just doing that and adding some more plants around. I don't think I show all of the landscaping, but I do use quite a bit of plants throughout the property. And then there's also a little back porch. I don't have much in the backyard because we are limited on funds, but I believe I end up getting a picnic bench back there, which I think is super cute and quite realistic. A lot of times in builds, I don't use them that often because I've gotten comments from y'all and actually from the Sims team back when I worked with them on high school years that seeing like a picnic bench or a picnic table in a yard felt more like something you would see in a public space. And I'm curious what y'all think of that because I had a picnic table in my backyard growing up. I think they're cheaper in The Sims and in real life than getting a table and chairs. And I don't know. I think it's realistic to have in a backyard, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like just my own personal experience. But I did add one here. I thought it looked quite nice. So let me know what you think about that. But of course, I had to decorate a autumn themed build with some pumpkins. So we're getting a few of those out front. These are from Debug. They're actually the pumpkins your Sims can grow if you are growing oversized produce. And I have a couple of the garden plots out front if you'd like to grow some of those as well. But I thought having a couple of these around would be nice. And they're actually cheaper than the actual pumpkin decor you can buy that isn't functional. So I have some of the functional ones inside and some of the just decor pieces. I tried to make it quite fall decorated, but that's just because it's my first fall build of the season. And I'm sure I'll do like a super Halloween build closer to October, closer to Halloween. I have a lot of ideas that I would like to do. And of course, I am also going to be going away in October. If you didn't know, TwitchCon is in Las Vegas this year, and it's in like mid-October, and I'm going to be going. So I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, which means I'm going to be doing some pre-recording on the channel. And I hope to meet some of you at TwitchCon as well. It was so cool meeting some of you last year. So hopefully I can see some of this community there. It would be so cool to say hi. But anyway, during that time, I'm going to have videos going up. So I'm going to be pre-recording. So if there's any ideas that you would like to see in the month of October, do let me know because pre-recording is going to be starting pretty soon because otherwise I'm going to be super overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm actually really excited about it though because TwitchCon is so much fun and I have too many ideas for this season since it's my favorite. So getting to do some extra stuff ahead of time sounds so fun. I'm looking forward to October so much. I've been doing a lot of like fall and Halloween shopping. I haven't bought like a ton, but I've been looking everywhere because a lot of stores this time of year, this is like the prime time to go shopping for those things. When you get closer to October, things are all picked over. So definitely been on the lookout for a lot of cool things and have picked up a few things for my wardrobe as well as my home decor because I like things that are a little bit more Halloween themed as like my everyday decor. So have been getting some more of that. Let me know if you've been shopping for that sort of stuff too. I'd be very curious to see what everyone has found. There's been some really cool purses that are available at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Home Goods right now. And I did get a couple of them and I'm very excited about it. But anyway, this kitchen is coming together and this is definitely my favorite part of this entire starter home. I think it looks so nice and doesn't look like it belongs in a house that's under 20,000 simoleons. I love the counters I used from the Horse Ranch pack. Of course, the sunflowers in the corner. I get this little pumpkin in here. It's just so cute. And actually towards the end of the build, I put a cornucopia in the kitchen. I don't remember the last time I used that item. It's just something I forget exists and not an item I like decorate with much in real life either. So it's just not something I thought to add. But towards the end, I was going through like the items that were available with seasons for the different holidays and trying to figure out what else I could put in here to make this feel fall. And it ended up being added. Let me know if that's an item you use when you decorate your Sims houses or not. It's just something I forget about. But anyway, this is the living room. I love this couch from Eco Lifestyle. I originally grabbed it because I was like, oh, we're kind of going rustic and this is a cheap couch. I'll probably switch it out for something else. But as the kitchen came together, I decided that this couch was perfect for this space. So I decided to keep it. And then we're just getting another window to fill up the wall as well as a TV and a painting. I decided to go with this table from Base Game because it has a lot of clutter under it and it kind of matched the vibe. And then this living room actually ends up being pretty full. We end up having pumpkins on the table, a nice chair in the corner. There ends up being a bookcase in here, which is kind of tucked behind things, so it's probably not functional. If you want it to be functional, you can move it somewhere else in the house. But I just thought it looked nice for the aesthetics. And you could probably just put like a pile of books down somewhere, or the ones that are functional as bookcases, they're not really piles. They're books right next to each other, but you can place those on surfaces. So I would probably do that. I also added that big portrait over there so that your Sims can put like their family photos and stuff in there. And that bookcase I had mentioned just got placed down. But we are moving on into the bedroom now. I decided to use this decal from Horse Ranch because it's just really pretty and it's like that burnt orange color. So it felt like it was perfect for autumn, especially because the bed I'm using is green. So I feel like it just tied in those colors quite nicely. And then I'm just switching around the bedside tables because I have mismatched ones in here. I thought that the crate was really nice. And I'm using these pumpkins again in this space, using quite a bit of tulle in this build because things were not raising to the correct level, which was a little frustrating, but we figured it out in the end. And then I'm just getting a dresser over here using this one from Werewolves that is like the stacked luggage. I think it is such a pretty dresser and I quite enjoy it. And then I use this artwork from Seasons that I almost never use. It's very autumnal, but I think it is so bright in color, so I have trouble using it. It's still a little bit bright in this house, but I thought that this was the time to use it, so I just went for it. It's not something I use often, so that was kind of nice. And then in the bathroom, I am realizing that I grabbed a very expensive toilet. So I'm going to be switching that back out now. I thought it looked nice because of the wooden seat, but it was like half of the money I had left. So I needed to swap it out immediately because we are on a strict budget here, but still trying to decorate quite nicely. So yeah, I just got a wreath in here, some blinds, some towels, and I believe I get a bath mat in there as well. And that should be it for the bathroom. And then I realized it might be nice to add a dining table. That is something I don't add in all of my smaller builds because your Sims can just eat on the couch, but I decided to try and squeeze it in here. So it's over here in front of the window, and that is what is blocking off that bookcase. So hopefully that doesn't bother you too much, but I did get a lot of fall cards in here. We have the ones on the table, and I end up actually hanging some up above that area as well in the window. I tried them in the kitchen first, so you'll see that here shortly, but there are some really cute fall decorations that come with the Seasons pack, and I just feel like I haven't used them in a while. And actually with that, I've been asked to do some more like limited pack builds. And since we are entering into autumn here soon, I might do like a Seasons only build sometime soon, like Seasons and base game. Let me know if that's something you would like to see because I think that could be kind of fun. But anyway, in the back hallway, I did add a bonsai tree just as like a fun thing for your Sims to work on. And then we got our outdoor trash can. Here is that picnic table I had mentioned. And I actually ended up adding a picnic basket on top of it as well. I thought that that was a cute idea. And then just getting some more plants and some more of the fences I have out front. So just trying to tie those in, and I make it so they're connected between these two trees. I think that that looks nice and gives just a little bit of privacy, but it's not fully closed off. I was quite happy with that. And then what do we have left to add? I know there's something else. Oh, the cornucopia that I had mentioned. So that's going here in the kitchen. And then I think the cards in that front window that I had mentioned. And then that should be pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the screenshots. Bye, everyone.